pronunciation. Oh, is it starting? Start video transmission. Dun 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 dun. Are we live? Testing, testing. Can anybody hear me? Has the stream begun? Looks like it has. But I cannot tell. It still says start video transmission, which I can only assume means it has not actually started, but you never know. You never know. Let's see if we can watch it on here. Guys. Oh. But I cannot tell. Oh, so it did start. Well, why is it still saying start video transmission if it's already on YouTube? What the heck? Alright, bet. Your story. Cool beans, bros. Cool beans. Alright. So basically, yeah, so I was on a stream a little while ago. I was trying to get some work done on my OS project. The stream got disconnected, unfortunately. I will forever miss my new friends from that stream. Y'all some real OG MVPs. But yeah, let's get back to work. So basically, I am working on my operating systems project. I have to create an input file of a bunch of processes and then kind of like go through them as an example or something. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. The project guidelines are right here, and I've only done this part because that was the easy part. But now I got to do 3 threads. I have to make them. One of them is adding new processes to a ready queue, which is what I am trying to do right now. I recently discovered that queues in Java are interfaces, and like you can't instantiate an object of an interface. So I'm just going to use a linked list and treat it like a queue because it's kind of a queue if you just always. So right now I'm making a function that's going to loop through the processes. And in this function, I'm just struggling in figuring out how to do this exactly and trying to understand what it is that I'm actually even supposed to be doing. Yeah, I definitely don't know at all. But it's okay. No worries whatsoever. You can't instantiate. Ya habibi. Ya habibi. Alright, let's see. What are we trying to do out here? Alright, so basically I'm trying to make this function, right? I keep getting distracted. Loop through the processes. The project says that thread 1 should add new processes to the ready queue as they arrive. So what I'm thinking is, I guess what if we add a parameter to each process, right? So I go in here, not a parameter. Well, yeah, I mean like a argument or whatever you call it, and it's just going to be a Boolean, and it's going to say is complete. Or well, let's just say has arrived, which is going to be false by default. Yeah, so has arrived, and then so we need to know if we've arrived to that process. Like if we go through this example, right? So time 0, not like nothing is there, right? And then it was not until time interval 9 that process 1 arrives and it begins. Then 9 units after process 1, process 2 arrives, and then 6 units after that, process 3 arrives. So what if I have this is confusing, man. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. So basically, this loop is going to keep going until the last process is done. Or at least until it arrives. Maybe until it arrives and completes. Not entirely sure. Okay, to do that, I'm thinking that I can use a while loop, and the expression that I'll use to check it is while there exists a process in my processes list that has not been visited, it's just going to keep going through it. That's what we're going to do. Or something like that. So let's do while. You know what? This is such bad code. I'm just going to do this. We're going to have Boolean is complete equal false. Okay? Then we're going to go through every single process. So process P, enhanced for loop through the processes list. What did I name that? Probably processors list, I think. Yep. If P.has arrived is false, so just like an exclamation point, then we will set is complete to false. I guess this should be true by default, and then if one of them hasn't arrived, it'll become false. So is complete will equal false. If one of them hasn't arrived, is complete is false, and then we'll go while is complete. This is such bad code, man. Alright, we're going to actually create a new function that's going to return a Boolean. So public Boolean are all processes arrived, complete, done, started, have all processes started. Yeah. Have all processes. What we're going to do is we're going to call this function within every iteration of the while loop, or something like that. And I'm just going to copy all this, or I'm just going to cut it out, put it in there. Is complete is false. So if one of them hasn't arrived, then we can just actually return false and say it's runtime. And then if we finish this loop and we haven't returned anything, well then we can return true, because then it should be done. Yeah. If we go through all of it and they've all arrived, then yeah, they have all started. So what we're going to do in here is set is complete equal to have all processes started, and throw on the parentheses. Is it going to make me... Oh, okay. While is complete. So while not is complete. Now we got to start going through the processes list. So, well, every single loop, we need to increment the global variable up here, which we called global count. Fantastic. So we say global count. Well, do I need it to start off at 0? I do need it to start off at 0 before it checks it, but regardless, we're going to increment it. So global count plus plus. But before we do that, we need to find out, because all the processes are in order. Like one of them can't arrive until the one before it arrives. So we need to find the first one. This is confusing. This is so, I don't know what I don't even know what the point of what I'm doing is, man. This is rough. Is this stream even working? It says it's live. Let's see if it's gonna get disconnected again. Is anybody out there listening to me think out loud and not accomplish anything? One watching now, which is probably me, myself, and I. But it's okay, guys. I don't want to be here either, to be honest. God, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. What am I doing? Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Man, bro, this lag is not good. It's not healthy. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Somebody please. Alright, back to what I was trying to do. Global count plus plus. We need to figure out which process we are currently on. And to do that, I can find out which process I'm on. So I look through the processes, find the first one that has not arrived. Then we check the count of the last process that arrived, and if the delay plus the time of the last arrival equals, if the delay plus the time of the arrival equals the global count, then the process that we are currently on will have arrived. Fantastic. Let's go up and create another variable. So we have global count, then we need static int last arrival, and this one's going to start off at 0 because that's how it goes. And what we got to do is we need to return the first. So we need to, okay, so public process get next process. And what we're going to do in here is we're going to loop through all of the processes. So process P in processes list, and if what? Oh, and we have to add them to the ready queue. That's a thing. Oh my god. Okay, if P dot has arrived is false, then we will return P. So that should return the very first one that has. Oh, yeah. And then if it goes through all of them and doesn't return anything, that means we've already arrived everything. Everything has already arrived. And so we're just going to return null, and then we'll check to see if we return null up above. So get next process. What is the problem? What is this? Change to has arrived. Isn't that exactly what it says? What is going on? Okay. I don't know what that error was, but it's gone. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, public boolean have all processes started, get next process. And now we're getting the next process. And here in this while loop is what I'm going to call it. So I'm going to say process P equals process. And what we're going to do is oh god, there's only 5.5 hours left. This is bad. P.get next process. Now what we need to do is compare the last arrival time plus the delay of the current process to global count, and if they're equal, then P has arrived, and that's that. So what we will say is if last, what was it called? Last arrival plus, if last arrival plus P dot delay equals global count, then if process P equals, so process P equals the get next process, if those are equal, then P dot has arrived will be reset to true, and we should add it to the ready queue, which is a linked list that we're gonna just pretend is a queue. So then to add it to a linked list, isn't it just like push or insert or something to add? I don't know, append. So what's that one called? Ready processes. So ready processes dot add it is P. And now it's in the ready queue. And let's just print out that it's ready, and we'll print out at what time interval it's ready so that we can just double check that there's no issues going on. So we're going to system out print, print ln, and what we'll do is we'll say process I, no, there is no I, and then p.pid, yeah, p.get PID, hashtag encapsulation, plus has been added to the ready queue, and then we'll say, so process PID has been added to the ready queue, and tack on a new line, and we'll say, or no, actually we'll just say at time, or at count, plus global count. Yeah, I think. Take off those parentheses. This should give us an idea on whether or not what we did is correct. Am I forgetting something? Yes, I am definitely forgetting. So I have to also just check to see if it is complete at the end of every iteration of the while loop so that the loop does not go on forever and ever. And with this, I think step 1 is at least partially complete. Let us run the code. Yes, save and launch, please, 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 please work. Let it load up, compile, run, do its thing, enter the name of the file that we want to create. Let's name it YT, enter. How many processors would you like? I feel like I should know what that means, but let's just say 5. And, God, okay, it's not that it's broken, it's just that we forgot to call this function, so it's like we didn't even test the code we were trying to test. Loop through processes. What? It has to be static, but public static void. That's fine. Alright, save. Oh my god. Okay, now we can just change that to static too, that's fine. Just change everything to static. I really wish I remember what static means. Doesn't it just mean that it's the same thing no matter where you call it? Or like you don't have to create such a problem. This is all in the same class. I don't get why Java gives you all these static errors. It happens so much. But okay, we saved it. No errors. Let's run it again. And enter the name of the file. Enter. How many processors would you like? 9, enter. Process 1 has been added to the ready queue at count 0. Okay. And what the? Come on, dude. What do you mean process? Alright, let's take a look at our m.text and see what the issue is. I think I have an idea of what went wrong, but I was just kind of hoping that, I was hoping it wouldn't be an issue. Let's refresh this so that we can read m.text. Is it not going to let me refresh because, whatever, okay, and And then what is it, like fn f5? Dude, what? Just refresh. Come on. For those of you guys who are curious, I am currently working on a 2013 MacBook Pro. It's not the best computer out there. It is a grandfather of a laptop, but it gets the job done, kind of. It just likes to freeze up on me sometimes. I'm currently holding it upright with a pillow behind it because otherwise the screen would just fall all the way back. And it also needs a literal fan to keep it alive, because the cooling fan, I still love him, or her, or it. I'm not one to assume. I think I'm just gonna open this in the Finder. Where do you do that from? Show in. Show. No. Build path. I'm just gonna open. This is such a pain. All right, terminal. I'm just gonna go to my Eclipse workspace in here and read the file because I just can't get it to refresh and show me what m.txt says, which is very, very unfortunate. So let us cd into Eclipse workspace, cd into OS project, cd into source, ls, cd into OS project 1. What? Well, then what level are these on? It's inside of source. No, it's not. Okay. We gotta actually go back a little bit. There it is. m.txt cat. m.txt. There it is. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let us expand this window. Cool. Alright. Oh, interesting. Okay. So as you can see from what it says right here, process 1 had a delay of 0, which is why it was added to the ready queue at count 0, which is perfect. That's exactly what we needed to happen. Process 2 also had a delay of 0, which means it should have arrived at the ready queue at the exact same time as process 1, but as you can see from down below, that was not the case. Oh, we got Fawaz Rani. Me is bad at Java, sorry, bye. It is all good, Fawaz. It is all good. Are you debugging this code? I wish I was debugging this code. I'm currently trying to write it and then debug it later on, because, well, actually, yeah, at this exact moment I am debugging, but there's still a lot more I gotta write. Let us see what the issue is. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that because the loop didn't end. It just did process 1, and then it froze on us. Let's just double check to see what the status of, well, yeah, so we're changing it to has arrived, and we're setting that to true. And then in the next while loop, it's going to get the next process. So technically, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we are going to do. Has arrived, return false. No. Get next process. We should be returning P. I also just want to print the ID of the process that we're returning so I can see if changing p.has arrived here changes it for this process in the original list as well or not, because Java doesn't have pointers, so it's a little bit more difficult to see what's happening in the background. So let's see. So we'll just say system.out.print, just the best way to debug code on earth. Who needs that little bug on the top right corner when you can just print everything out. And what we're going to do is just print out the PID returned, and we will say p.pid or get PID. Save that. Let's run it again. Basically, we're gonna get like a million lines of code right now, or not code. Just we're gonna get a million lines of feedback because it's gonna loop forever. But I want to see if it says process 2 or if it says process 1. So let's run this. Enter the name that you want to create. L, enter 9, enter. Okay. So that's not a bad sign. So it is going to 2. I see. Let's go back to the terminal and read that line. So cat, we said L, I think. Okay, so this is the one we're working with right now. Dang it, but now we lost that original line that we needed. God, I hate the terminal. Okay, it's fine. Basically, the issue that I'm thinking happened is, okay, well, it goes to process 2. What? Let me get rid of this print statement and test it again. My mind is really going blank out here. Let's run this again and see what happens. Enter the name of the file. We'll call it A. File already exists, whatever, 3. Process 1 has been added at count 7, which sounds correct. But it's just not going and doing process 2. Why is it not doing process 2? I don't know. Let's read a.text and see what's going on. Whoops, Control L. Cat a.text. What? Okay. Count 7? You kidding me? Oh. It resets, doesn't it? It goes to 80. Yup. That's another problem we gotta fix. Because if the file already exists, I'm acting like it doesn't and I'm overwriting it, but I'm not clearing it in the first place. So I have to clear the file. But am I supposed to clear it? Am I supposed to keep it intact? I don't know. I don't know. Dang it, I posted on my Instagram that I needed help and I guess it didn't even upload. It still says uploading even though I posted it 30 minutes ago. That's a problem. That is a problem indeed. Oh, come on. Bro, how is it? It's not even like a video, it's just words. Okay. Now that Instagram is live, maybe someone out there, one of my beloved followers, will come to the rescue. Come on, guys, I really need help, man. I really need help.